My name is Karla Cedano Villacicencio, and I'm Head of Technology Transfer and Liaison at Instituto de Energías Renovables, UNAM, in Mexico. My job is to create and strengthen opportunities for knowledge sharing between industry, university, and society to promote innovation on renewable energy and sustainability. My expertise has been evolving from project management on high technology projects with sustainability perspective always in different knowledge areas. And it has been evolved from those things to developing methodologies for effective collaboration, in particular multi-sectorial and multidisciplinary collaboration. Since renewable energy is such a space for multidiversity, for different voices to be heard, then it has been a field that has received me very well. And I was invited first to start on dialogues creating innovation. As a matter of fact, I was invited to design or co-design the methodologies to create innovation on the Mexican Innovation Center for Solar Energy. In this regard, and due to the success that this design, this participatory design has been providing to these different scholars and companies towards working on innovation projects in our field, I was invited to coordinate the activities regarding innovation and technology transfer, and of course, the most important thing, I believe, knowledge sharing in this Institute of Renewable Energies in Mexico. That is the most important institute on innovation on academic regarding renewable energies, from solar energy, wind energy, geothermal, and of course, biomass and other areas of interdisciplinarity. In particular, energy poverty and energy society has been one of the areas where I have been able to develop more inclusive work and more inclusive communication and work through different groups. So yes, these efforts on collaboration and communication have made me a candidate a couple of years ago to be the president of the National Association of Solar Energy in my country. So on 2020, I was able to be the president of this very important association in my country, where industry, academics, and civil society have a common place. And this association has only 45 years of being in the field. So it is a great responsibility, but it's also a great honor to be part of this great community that has embraced me with open arms and where we've been able to work with a really sensational group of academics, of companies, and also of governmental agencies. What about gender? I believe that gender is the most important issue that we have to tackle, the gender inequality. We have to tackle it with all our efforts. And I would say that all the steps that are needed, they need to be done now. Immediacy, for me, is the most important word that we should focus on any gender equality, any gender perspective that we're trying to enforce in our spaces. We do need to take affirmative action in different moments and in different spaces, but they all have to start now. We're already being quite late to foster an inclusive space where all the voices are heard, and especially the voices of women are heard in the field. So I am a very strong advocate of women visibility in energy on webinars, energy spaces, in conferences, in educational moments, but also in political spaces. I think that we have to be present. So we at IER UNAM, but also at ANES, our association, are committed not only in participation on events to make visible the space that women have in the energy sector, in particular the renewable energy sector and the sustainability areas, but most importantly, we don't share nor participate in all male panels or events. And we not only do it in a silent way, we're very vocal about it. Whenever we see a manel, that is the way that we call these panels where there are only men, we very, let's say politely, but very strongly point out the lack of women in their spaces. And we also give them some suggestions of women that these panels can invite to have a more equitable participation. Of course, you can not only ask for visibility, we're also working on talent building. We believe that capacity building is essential. So we promote scholarships or support for women, young women especially, to be part of this initiative so they can have more skills and get involved in more and more spaces on the energy sector. And also, something that I believe is crucial is mentoring. I have been mentor officially of a couple of very young and promising talents, women talents, but also the informal mentoring. I think that being able to open those women that have been able to, let's say, break the ceiling glass and get into positions of power, we need to be open about it and be open about the struggles that we have faced in our travel. And this openness and this embracing younger women, I mean younger or not so experienced women in the field, being very clear and transparent and honest on the difficulties, the discrimination, the sexism that we have encountered, I think it's very important. I think it's pivotal. So women can see that we're all in the same space, we're part of this team, and that we have all faced difficulties. And that it is important that we as women make strong relationships, keep building networks, formal and informal, because we also need those informal networks, those informal spaces, but to make them safe spaces, spaces where women can talk to each other, can share their concerns, and can also be this space of recognition and of courage that we all women need when we're building our career and evolving as leaders in our sectors. Finally, which networks? Yes, I'm part of networks. Basically, I'm part of the International Women's Forum, which I am very grateful of the invitation of this forum for understanding and the space that women have in different areas of expertise. I'm also part of Voz Experta, a collective of women that are experts in energy, in all the energy sectors. And I have been working with these amazing women that are looking always the ways to make us more visible and to give us the platforms that all the women need. We are always sharing information, so we are always with the, let's say, most relevant topics and data, so we can make a great space on the public arena. Sharing our information, sharing our knowledge, but most important, sharing our vision as women. And finally, I'm also part of RedMere, the Mexican network of women in renewable energy and energy efficiency, where it's also a space for working towards more women in the energy sectors in general, but very particularly in renewable energy and energy efficiency. So the last comment I would like to give is that I believe that visibility is really important. And I understand that women, we are still struggling with all the several, let's say, workloads that we have, the technical one, the at home, all the cultural biases that are against us. But we need to be strong and we need to be together. And this sorority is one of the ways that I have found that makes me a better person, but also a better woman, being this sisterhood of different women working together and finding ways to crash the ceiling glasses, but also the hurdles that younger, less experienced, and even us, the older, more experienced women, we also have a lot of struggles to traverse. So when we're together, nothing is impossible. And just remember, there is always a very strong network of a lot of extraordinary women working towards a more womanized gender equality spaces of women, for women in the energy sector.